We've had an amazing year with the YWCA. We've been able to really increase our stature in the community, and so we've really sort of galvanized this cadre of people that are really engaged with the YWCA, and that really has translated into our financials. We have witnessed an 8% increase in membership, a 30% increase in grants, as well as a 16% increase in individual and corporate giving, so we are certainly growing. So I'm standing here in our Family Village residential area, a facility that has contributed to the YWCA serving over 17,000 individuals, representing families with children since the program's inception in 1984.
And the YWCA provides the types of services that are most basic, that help people to regain their dignity and enable them to pick themselves up and move on to the next stage in their lives.
So today we're actually here at the Family Village Child Development Center, which is really one of two of our child care centers here in Pinellas County. We have one in Clearwater and one here in St. Pete. And what I'm most excited about is this year, both of our child care centers scored 100% perfect scores on the VPK. VPK is the voluntary pre-kindergarten program that really is the strongest indicator for school readiness, and our kids scored 100%.
I think that the YW has a very realistic approach. It's really centered in what's really going on today in the world. It's integrating children, it's children learning amongst each other or from each other, and I think that that's one of the most important values that a child can learn.
So our APPS program is really one of our most exciting programs. APPS is an acronym for Adolescent Pregnancy and Parenting Services. And what's really exciting about this program is that this year we were able to hire a former client, someone who went through the program 9 years ago, and she has come back to actually serve as the APPS coordinator. And this is one of the greatest indicators, I feel, that a program can offer. Not only did it provide a service that was a bridge to get her from the place she was in to a place of success, but she felt empowered enough to come back and serve in a professional capacity for the YWCA. Secondly, we received multi-year funding from United Way this year, which was such a tremendous blessing for us, some of over $400,000, and this program is solely funded by United Way.
I went from going there and being a 17-year-old scared little girl, pregnant, and I left there knowing that I was going to be something.
There are so many issues and areas that are involved in empowering women, from all different ages to races and the issues that they might be involved in, whether it's at-risk youth, pregnancy, or development, that there is work to be done and continue to be done for many years.
To be able to help these girls that I'm going to be helping, you know, it touches my heart because I was them once.
So what most people don't know about the YWCA is that we're really a social justice organization. Our Institute for Social Justice allows us to create a platform where we're able to discuss race in very healthy ways. This year for our Stand Against Racism, we were so proud to be able to bring in Tim Wise, who is a premier leader around anti-racist practices. We had about 300 people to attend that event, and it was phenomenal.
When we talk about racial justice, we're talking about issues such as racial profiling and institutional inequities.
So what Tim was really able to do was to educate us about what racism really looks like in the 21st century. For many of us, our ideas about racism are really steeped in a historical context. Jim Crow laws, segregation.
The day we are in, as perhaps everyone knows, racism, which remains still a huge problem, and also involving women and getting them into a better situation. There's still some women who are greatly put upon and put down by society in any way they can.
For people of color in the 21st century, racism is often quite covert, and he was able to educate us on what that looks like.
And I just can't wait to see what we're going to do next year.
So October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and the YWCA has a national program where the third week of every October we have Week Without Violence. This year, our children at the Family Village Child Development Center planted this peace pole, and it really symbolizes our commitment to educating children at a very young age about nonviolence. What's important is that 1 in 3 girls in the United States is a victim of verbal and or physical abuse, and so this pole, as well as our curriculum, really undergirds the importance of creating ongoing awareness around domestic violence issues. So one of our biggest achievements for the YWCA this year was our increased presence and partnerships in the local community. We received 4 awards and recognitions this year. The 5 Fabulous Females Award, presented to us by Academy Prep, the Tampa Bay Business Journal Nonprofit of the Year finalist, as well as the Office Depot Sack Pack Foundation awarded us over 300 sack packs for our children. And one of our most exciting awards this year was the Raymond James Community Impact Award. We have a great number of people in this community that are really getting excited about the YWCA and are actively engaged in our operations. One is Leadership St. Pete, a wonderful group of individuals who are leaders in the community, have taken very significant roles with the YWCA through volunteerism, serving on our board, as well as providing expertise to our organization. Then there's the St. Pete Chamber of Commerce, who continues to be a leader in demonstrating the value between corporate and nonprofit sectors working together. We're so very proud of our partnership with the St. Pete Chamber of Commerce. We are strengthening our connections with the academic community. USF St. Pete has been a long-time partner with the YWCA, and we're actively engaged in strengthening those relationships to augment our collaborations around early childhood development. This year, we're so excited about Eckerd College. Eckerd College was one of our partners with the Stand Against Racism event, and recently I had the opportunity to serve on a race panel. So we're really excited about what these relationships symbolize in our community. One of our newest partnerships is with All Children's Hospital. We're so excited about that partnership. This year they supported our Stand Against Racism event, as well as serving as a major supporter and sponsor of our Purses and Passion. We have a very promising future with All Children's, and we're really excited about it. 2 of our partnerships have come in the form of increased philanthropy. This year we received 2 new funding sources, the Northeast Exchange Club, as well as the Community Foundation of Greater St. Petersburg. These funds allowed us to purchase new playground equipment for our children, as well as provide food, clothing, and toiletries for women and children residing in our homeless shelter. One of our year-round partners has been Business Professional Women of St. Petersburg, BPW. They have really been on the forefront in providing in-kind donations to the YWCA throughout the year, and most recently we collaborated with them to be a part of their Working Women's Forum. It was phenomenal. This year we were able to bring back our signature event, Purses and Passion. We raised over $26,000 and over 250 people attended. We were so honored to recognize Linda Marcelli as the 2013 YWCA Woman of Distinction. And we were thrilled to have former 2-term Mayor Pam Iorio serve as our keynote speaker. And finally, Mindy Grossman, CEO of HSN, generously donated over $3,000 worth of purses to our silent auction. We had 2 very successful fundraisers. Our first one was held at the Duncan McClellan Glass Gallery. We had a wonderful wine and cheese, and over 100 people attended. Then we had our Jazzing It Up fundraiser at the beautiful Mahaffey Theater VIP Lounge. It was awesome. I tell you, YWCA fundraisers are the place to be. So one of the most important things that we provide families that enter our program is a model for self-sufficiency. And we have a new program coming up called Women's Economic Empowerment, which really focuses on financial literacy and empowering women to become more financially savvy.
I think that it's a responsibility of everyone to be able to provide the access to the resources and the education to allow somebody to succeed. I think it's important for us to share as men in those opportunities with everybody in society.
There's a huge body of research that has been around for a very long time. We knew that the baby boomer generation was going to overtake all the other demographics. We knew that Medicare was going to take up over a third of the federal budget by 2012.
We were, in the hospital. Hunter and I were sitting in the hospital with our new baby girl, and we, while we were thinking about all the opportunities and the wonderful things that are ahead of her in her life, there's also a comfort that we find now in the fact that there's an organization like the Y that can support her from childhood to her adult years and beyond.
The Y is situated to do this, and several local Ys have started programs, but not specifically for caregivers. We want to get them early from the point of being teenage girls and give them the financial literacy skills they need, give them the long-term planning skills that they need to take care of their families and work.
And speaking of new programming, our Institute of Social Justice will be launching Community Conversations, which will foster dialogue between various groups around race and social justice issues.
Increasing your own level of awareness is moving beyond, out of your comfort zone. It's understanding the perspective of other people and giving other people the opportunity to understand your perspective. These conversations are not one-sided.
It happens on so many levels. It's in hidden messages, it's in overt, covert, it's racism exists institutionally, and sometimes we don't even realize that it's there, and sometimes we internalize that racism because we want to believe that it's not there.
And I think it's very relevant that the YW still embraces and encompasses this in the mission, because it is very important for us to increase that level of awareness so people understand what racism is and what racist behaviors actually are.
We are excited about where we've been, but we're even more excited about where we're going. There are a number of ways to get more involved with the YWCA. Become a member, attend an event, volunteer, donate, join the movement.
Well, why shouldn't they get involved? Everyone has a mother. Everyone comes from someplace, and every woman that is discriminated against or has been looked over for promotion, that could be somebody's mother and or sister or daughter, and that's why we should be involved.
But I think you can't just live here and work here. You have to be involved, you have to be engaged. And what better place than to engage with an organization that believes in empowering young women, older women in society? Because I think if we help young women and then we help families. And if we help families, we'll create a better society.
It's fun.